I'm just testing the angle.
Okay.
I also want to see this.
This is what I got so far.
It's terrifying.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, don't be.
It's rather entertaining, so it's a good. I thought it was a good idea.
We arrived at Planet Comicon for the second year on a very gloomy and rainy day. But it wasn't going to ruin the fun weekend we had planned. We made our way into the convention center and onto the con floor, and it immediately felt like our nerdy home away from home as we saw an inflated dinosaur chasing after a severed hand. It's good to be back. There were a lot of amazing cosplayers walking the floor that weekend. Everything from original ideas like the Terror Tubbies, which were as creepy and amazing as they look, to comic book characters popular and obscure, video game characters, and the occasional gender-bent superhero just to mix things up. There was even an adorable dancing Pikachu walking around playing the Pokemon theme. There were also a lot of things to see and do on the floor, from promotional materials to movie replicas, as well as plenty of booths full of merchandise, some of which was both very lifelike and very expensive. I even found the toy version of myself, as did Eric, though his was a bit harder to track down. There was a much larger focus on Star Wars this year as well, probably due to the renewed interest in the property in recent years, but Brooke and I didn't mind since we were also representing the franchise, so it just gave us plenty of interesting props and backgrounds to pose with. After the con floor closed that first night, we left for dinner and some drinks, because it's a vacation, we're adults, dang it. After we'd had our fill of both, we made the brisk walk back to the hotel to turn in for the night and prepare for our second, more jam-packed day on the floor. Wait, you hear something? The second, equally gloomy day in Kansas City, we were given a tip that there's an underground passage for guests that leads from our hotel directly to the convention center, which would have been great to know sooner. But regardless, we journeyed through the new route and, after passing some very weird wall art on the way, made it safely, and dryly, in much better spirits to take on a new day, where the first item on the itinerary was the John Barrowman panel. He came out wearing a TARDIS dress and tight leggings, and while we sadly weren't allowed to take video, the man put on quite the show in the very uncomfortable and apparently hot outfit. Such a good show, in fact, that he literally brought the house down, as the backdrop randomly collapsed in the middle of the panel. But he handled the accident like a gentleman, making sure everyone was unharmed and shooing away any volunteers that tried to put it back up, and then just continued with his panel without missing a beat, making light of the situation and finishing the line of questions from eager fans. Unfortunately, because the convention was so much busier on the second day, it was hard to get much else done that day, so we spent most of it just people watching. Oh, and I guess I'm bearing the lead a bit here, but we also actually met John Barrowman, which was really enough to make the day a success on its own. But, on the way out that day, I also decided to buy a Master Sword. You know, like you do. And me and Eric offended many fandoms by having Nightwing wielding a Keyblade fight Han Solo wielding a Master Sword. You're welcome. We ventured out a little further in the rain for some delicious New York-style pizza in this surprisingly empty pizza bar where they do that cool throw the dough into the air thing I love to watch. It's the little things that I enjoy, okay? After dinner, we rushed back to see the costume contest, which was noticeably smaller than the previous year, but still had a lot of amazing talent. With the convention itself closed for the day, it was time to get drunk and party like only nerds know how. Shamelessly. As fun as it was, we were all exhausted and headed back to the room to pass out. Especially Zach.
How you doing, Morph Suit Zach?
I can't do anything. It just hit me right when we got back here.
The final day of the convention was mostly devoted to looking for any art and merch we passed over previously, so there wasn't much to share. But I did manage to sit down with the creator of a very unique comic book, called The Bible 2, and interview him for the media site I help run, Charge Shot. You can find the interview there, as well as links to his site and works. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you check it out.
I think a lot of the people who I submitted the books were a little uneasy about publishing them, and they always told me, if you do this, you're going to kill your own career. And I was like, challenge accepted.
I can respect that.
Yeah, so, I kind of wanted to do it just to see if it would kill my career.
Has it?
No. Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
you were pretty busy here yesterday.
Yeah, it blew up online, and it's just been kind of a weird experience.
That's really cool.
But, with my shameless promotion over, the con was also drawing to a close, so we took a moment to get one last photo to commemorate the occasion, and then made the journey back home, where multiple roads were closed due to flooding. So we ended up on a journey through back roads, surprised at how bad it had gotten during the 3 days we were gone. But hey, I returned home with the sword that repels evil, so next time, I'll be prepared.
Did you have a fun night, Eric?
I need more alcohol.
You sure about that?
Yup.
Yup.
Is that supermarket open anymore? You can buy that wine you wanted.
It's not open.